We are live with Aaron, and we are going to talk about, I have no idea what. He's going to ask me, I'm going to answer. I have no idea what we are going to talk about. But I know it will be fun. So talk to me. Hi.
Hi. Actually, I don't have any answers. How can I have answer when somebody who observes never have answers?
Exactly. Very smart.
So that's what you said. I don't know what we are going to talk, so it's going to be fun because when you have no idea what you're doing, it's fun.
Yeah, I think that
You come up with ideas.
yeah, I think the first thing I want to talk about is I was looking today. I went with my son. I went with him to buy something, and just before we left home, he said, "Hey, Daddy, we need the mask." And we both don't agree that you need mask. And he started to talk to me, and he says, "So what's the story with the mask?" So I said, "Look, let me show you what's the story with the mask, okay?" So first of all, if you go to the World Health Organization, it says that other than people that are sick or health workers, you should not use mask.
Wow.
Why? Because if I take a mask, let's say that let's say that this is a mask. I'm taking this tissue and this is a mask. So first of all, if I'm not covered totally, and I cannot be covered totally, it's useless, okay? Second, because I have the mask, I will touch the mask a lot, and the virus is actually living on the surface, and I'm touching surface, and because I have the mask, I touch myself more. And because of that, I increase the chances of the virus.
Makes sense.
Now, the most important part of the body that get the virus is through the eyes. So now I take the mask and I touch it, and it's uncomfortable, and I do that, and it's going into my eyes. Now I take the mask and I touch the surface, and I touch the mask, and the mask now have a lot of viruses in it, and I take it and I put it in my pocket, and now they're growing. Then they're not going to die because I gave them a very good environment to grow. It's hot. They have a lot of friends. They're growing. And tomorrow I'm going and I'm taking it again, and I'm using it again. So now I'm breathing even more. And if, let's say, I take the mask and I put it on the table, now I spread it through the table. And the mask also destroying my immune system. Let's say you take children and you tell them to put mask all day long. So you breathe in and you breathe out, and you block. What do you do when you breathe in and you breathe out? You breathe in good air and you take out toxin. And what you do, you're not taking toxin all day long. You don't allow your toxin to go away. So you become even worse. Actually, in China, they reported children that die from using the mask because of the toxins. And the mask, what they do actually, why people using the mask? This is my opinion. My opinion is like that. The politicians told us that the situation is really bad, and one day they say, okay, fine, now you can go out. You can start to go out. Why today, not the day before? It's nonsense, yes? But they told you now you can go out. Now, if they tell you now you can go out and without any drama, then it makes them look stupid. But if they say, well, no, we first do 50 people and you have to be with a mask. And you know what's happened with the mask? You need to sneeze. So you take the mask out and you sneeze, and now you spread it all over and you put it back on, yes? You want to talk to someone, you go to the shop, and you're with this thing, you want to talk to someone, so you take it down because they cannot hear you. It's hard to breathe, so people do that, yes? It's nonsense. No one can put a mask. The job of a mask is to cover the truth.
The truth, absolutely.
Any mask is covering the truth, and this is another way to cover the truth, and it's not by mistake that it's called a mask. It is an effort to cover the truth, and the truth is that life include that, and the coronavirus, it's just another thing. It's just another thing that happened, and it's totally useless to think that you can prevent it by a mask, or you can stop it by a mask. The mask actually making it worse. So
you cannot hide under the sofa from.
Yeah, it's nonsense. It's just total nonsense. So what you should do, you should wear the mask because this is the law. You should, because this is the law. When I go out, I'm against it, but I'm using it because this is the law. I will obey the law, but you should not agree, and you should make your opinion known that you don't agree. And if enough people will not agree, it will not be there. You know, in Israel, there was they have to put mask, and it's a law, it's a strict law, and if you don't put mask, they cut your nose or something, they make you non-Jewish. And so this is a law. But in the past few days, they had a very, very, very hot few days, like really hot. So the government says that for the next few days, it's okay to be without mask for 2-3 days when it was hot. So look, so when it's hot, the virus actually know that it's comfortable. So you can take off the mask and it's not so damaging. And then when it becomes more comfortable, you should put back it's nonsense.
So it means the politicians are not very competent and doing their jobs, just talking.
The level of stupidity is, I don't want to call it stupid because I don't want to give compliment to whoever make those laws, but it's stupid. And you need to keep the law, but you need to know, and you need to put your opinion. It is stupid. It is stupid to force people to put a mask that make them sick. It is stupid to force people to put a mask if they don't want, because it's your body and you should be able to do with your body what you want. And when you agree that someone other than yourself, for no crime of your own, you didn't do any crime, for someone other than yourself to control your body, then something is wrong. Absolutely. And someone says, well, but if you don't put mask, you endanger other people. I don't endanger anyone, because the virus is all over. And nothing in the mask will stop a virus that it's so tiny. Nothing in the mask will stop a virus that it's so tiny. Ask any doctor, ask anyone that has anything that resembling intelligence, and he will tell you that. So it's nonsense, and it's used to frighten people, and it's used to suppress people, and it's used to control people. And when someone wants to control you, you need to know he actually lies to you. And the mask, a big lie, massive lie. Totally. And all you have to do is to go to the World Health Organization, and you will see it says no mask. If you go to the Israeli health ministry website, they will tell you no mask. Yet the government forced you to put on mask.
Okay.
Wow,
so that's amazing. So since you brought up this conversation, here's my first question. The action, people are limited to action. Some of them, they're just going or doing things on their own way. What is more important making money, your action or your ideas?
To make money?
Yeah, action or ideas.
Yeah. Money is the result of a viewpoint. Okay, money is the result of a viewpoint. You can take 50 people in front of the same opportunity. 49 will see it as a dangerous thing, and one guy would say, whoa, money printing machine, hallelujah. Yes. So your viewpoint define how much money you will have. Now, what's define your viewpoint? How many ideas you can come up with? Because when you have one viewpoint, basically what you say, I'm right and everyone else is wrong. You can see that the problem of any group that is losing, any group that stays behind, The problem is that the members of the group cannot entertain the idea of maybe something is wrong. They are locked. They have one viewpoint. And the more people are locked in one viewpoint, even if the viewpoint is correct, even if they are right. So for example, you take engineers. So if you take an engineer and he's 100 billion% sure that engineering is the only thing that's correct, and he cannot entertain the idea that maybe there is a spirit, or the doctor thinks it's only the body, and he cannot have any idea that maybe the mind affecting it. By the fact that he cannot entertain the idea with the same level of enthusiasm as he entertain what he thinks is correct, at that moment he starts to go down, and you need to know that that person is a useless robot. A person that is locked on one viewpoint is a robotic person. Why? Because the difference between people and robots have one viewpoint of the programmer, the program running in such a certain way, and it's one viewpoint. Even if they have 5 options or 50 options, it's still one viewpoint because it's predefined. Like I saw people that very religious Jews, they are totally locked about the viewpoint. The Jews are the chosen people, even if it's correct, your inability to entertain that there are other viewpoints, that there are other truths, that there are other things, is that alone will make you wrong, stupid, failing, unsuccessful. And you can see that a person is as unsuccessful as he thinks that he 100% sure that what he's doing is right and everyone else is wrong. What's the only caveat here? It's very there's something very similar to this being right that's called certainty. Certainty, on the other hand, brings results. What's the difference between certainty and being right? Being right is an effort to make everyone wrong, and being certain is an effort to make everyone right.
That's really amazing.
Yeah, it's very unbelievable. Being right is an effort to make everyone wrong, but being certain is, I see all viewpoints and I'm so certain that I can have all those viewpoints and I still can have my way without making the other people wrong. So you can think about being right as the level of destruction that you will bring to other people. So your solution will bring so much destruction to other people, and being certain will bring the same or better result with minimal destruction to other people.
Amazing.
And that's quite fascinating.
Absolutely. Yeah. So my understanding is that you are saying ideas are senior to facts.
Ideas are definitely senior to facts because ideas create facts. Every fact in the universe, if you will check, used to be an idea. Someone came up with an idea of a cigar. There was a first cigar somewhere around the world. So someone had an idea, and the idea came before the cigar. It's not that first come a cigar out of the blue and then someone had, an idea cigar. No, first an idea, then a cigar.
Because people will tell you, this is the fact, this is the fact, this is the fact, this is the fact, and they are stuck on that viewpoint all day long.
Yeah, and it's again the same kind of thing what I just talked about. When someone is locked on something, even if it's a fact, even if it's a wall, even if it's a door, if you are locked that there is a door and there is no way that there will be no door there or a different door, even to that degree on the physical universe, you are going to lose. But if you will say, yeah, there's a door here, but I can see also that there's a spirit, and maybe the spirit is just entertain it. It doesn't mean that yes or not. Just I'm willing to listen. Someone come to me, or I'm coming to myself, and I say, I'm willing to listen. I can have an idea that will undo the door. Interesting. And you try it, you look, you understand, you are willing to entertain it, even if you checked it 5 minutes ago. You are always willing to entertain all viewpoints. And all of a sudden, you will see something amazing. What's the amazing thing? We're living in a world that is always changing, always changing, always changing. There's nothing that stays the same. Yes?
Absolutely.
When you have one viewpoint, you're trying to do something that is totally contrary to the mechanics of this world. You saying, I live in a world that changes all the time, but my viewpoint not changing. Impossible. Impossible. And that's what people do. And the fact that you want to be right, what you say, I want to stop the change. I want something that stays unchangeable in a world that's changing. And that's applied to anything. You can see that people need to do, I don't know, push-ups, okay? And it's difficult, okay? In their mind, while they do the push-ups, they will stop doing the push-ups because it's difficult, because in their mind, the pain will never end. But it's only a few seconds. That's where the 5 seconds principle is so important. You know, my 5 second principle when I say that life should be lived in increments of 5 seconds, because everything change. And if you can just decide, I can do the next 5 seconds, I can do the next 5 seconds, I can actually create the next 5 seconds, I can be senior to the next 5 seconds, I can be above the next 5 seconds, you will see that all of a sudden you have 7 minutes.
Wow. So before the interview, I didn't have any question in mind or nothing, but I knew that it's going to be fascinating. Actually, everything is coming up together. And you just mentioned something now and then. So based on what you said, what do you confront? Do you confront the bad or the good?
What do I confront?
In life, what do you confront? In the bad or the good?
Okay, good. So you should be able to confront anything. For you, you should be able to confront anything. You should be able to, whatever come your way, it's nice, it's sugar, I love it. Anything that come your way, sugar, give me more, give me more, give me more.
What happens if I cannot handle the bad?
Hold on, you confront anything, both sides, yes? You confront both sides. So from your viewpoint, plus, minus, good, bad, you take it and you think about it as sugar, but special sugar, non-fattening. It's good, but non-fattening, yes? Because for you, good and bad is, you confront it and it's wonderful. So it's not a problem for you. But what you do to others, you do for them only things that they can easily handle, that for them it's considered good. For others, you never do something bad. You see only good in them. You see only, you give them only what they can overcome. You are very sensitive to give them wins, to give them improvements, because a person improves only if he actually count improvements. So for them, you give only improvements. For yourself, you are willing to take anything. You need to be able to take any beating, any loss, any kisses, any sugar, any good, any bad, anything.
Even coronavirus.
Even coronavirus, and even worse things than that. You can even get married and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm joking, totally joking.
Yeah.
But you can do it. You can take anything. You can take anything. Yes, anything.
Amazing.
So you should be able to take anything.
Thank you. What is the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people? I mean, it depends what you call success, what people call successful, but there is a difference between.
Yeah, successful people are people that don't try to be successful. Successful people are people that don't try to be successful. If you try to be successful, you actually admit that you're a failure. It's like if I want to be thin, I admit that I'm fat. If I want to be healthy, I admit that I'm sick. You understand? If I want to be healthy, I'm saying I'm sick, or I'm going to be sick, but I'm definitely not healthy. Otherwise, why should I worry about being healthy? If I say I don't want a pain in my head, it means I have a pain in my head. And even if you don't have, you will get. Try to say, I'm not afraid of cockroaches. 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 All of a sudden you see that, well, actually I am afraid of cockroaches.
Okay, but if I don't have money and I don't have money, how can I say?
If you don't have money, you will see that it has nothing to do with your success until you will want to have money. Probably everyone that listening to us used to be young and didn't have money, but didn't have a problem with that. It was not an issue. You got everything you wanted, and actually you never thought, it didn't cross your mind that you need money. Yes. What happened? One day you said, I want money. The moment that you say, I want money, what happened is you left the I don't have money uncontrolled. So on anything in life, there is plus and minus. You need to be able to control both sides, because if you control one side, the other side go out of your control. And if it goes out of your control, it will hit you.
It will mess everything up.
It will hit you. Yes, it will hit you. So what you need to do is to basically say, good, I can have money or not. It's totally okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to enjoy the game. And let's find which game do I want. You will see that any person that actually is successful, someone that's successful ethically, not someone that stole money, not someone that got money as inheritance, not someone that cheated or something like that. Someone that is really successful is successful because he did something he really liked, without being worried. Most musicians do not make money. Most artists do not make money because they start to do something that they like and everything is okay. And then someone tells them, but you need to make money. And now we start to worry about money. But if he wouldn't worry about money and just be a musician and do what he likes, money will come to him from nowhere.
So that's the reason their music becomes bad, because the intention is switch to money.
That's correct. The intention switch to money, and at that moment, you don't make any more music. What you make is music that's supposed to bring me money, and now everything goes upside down. So you want to be successful? Stop wanting to be successful. Find a game that you enjoy and play it as a game. Enjoy it just because it's a game. Not, Michael Jordan said that when he signed the agreements that they're going to pay him so much money and so on, he says, if they only knew that I will pay for free and they pay me for that, I will pay for free. Just let me play. Because the joy of the game is everything. And what does it mean, the joy of the game? In a game, you have a barrier, and you need to overcome the barrier in order to achieve a specific purpose. That's a game, yes? And when you understand that, how can you enjoy the game? You enjoy the game when you know what are the barriers, you know what's the purpose, and you overcome the barriers. How do you do that? You don't take too high barriers, you take low barriers, and slowly you increase the barriers, okay? So for example, if you start a business, you don't say, well, I want to have a business of $1 billion in day one, and and you have all of those big dreams that people have, and they go to coaches that tell them, look, you need to think big, you need to think big. No, you don't need to think big. What you need to think is bigger than you think, bigger than you can, just a little bit bigger than you can. Not think big, but think bigger than you currently can. Bigger than currently you can. Why? Because you will get a success. You will have a validation that you overcome this barrier, and you will report yourself, done it. And the next time, you can, you will increase it and increase it and increase it. And all of a sudden, this universe, if you keep on overcoming barriers, and you enjoy it, if you remember that it's just a game, what will happen? You will all of a sudden be able to overcome any barrier. Where's the problem? That you start to play a game, and the game is to put the ball in the hole and to overcome the enemy or to overcome the other group. But you go home and your wife tells you you need money. So all of a sudden you start to play another game while playing this game. You start to play the game of making money while playing the game of being a basketball player or being a guitar player. So you play another game. So if you actually playing another game, while you're playing this game, you will lose in both. So you will see that every time you lost money, every time you were not successful, you actually played one game, but in reality, you played another game here. For example, you have a boss and he's running a company and he's playing the game of being the CEO of the company, but actually he has another game of going out with this lady that works for him. Yes? So he's playing, it will not work. In the both game, both, he will lose in both, regardless of how powerful he is. He will lose with both. Or he has a game of doing business, and you have another game of hiding from the IRS. He will not succeed. He will not succeed because now if it's not only 2 games, but there's 3 or 4 or 5 games that he played unknowingly. He say he played that game, but actually unknowingly he plays more games because they're hidden from him. He's not really admitting that he's playing those games. Amazing. So he will never win. So if you look in your life, and all you have to do in order to be successful is to crystallize which game you want to play, learn the rules of that game, and play only that game.
I was asked from a friend of mine, actually he knows you, and he said, what is more, because before I met you, I had other people, other coaches, not for a long time, and he said, what is different between others and Meir, because you are stuck with Meir? I said, I'm not stuck with anybody, but if you want my opinion, I said, Meir is somebody who can duplicate, and he gets you to know. He brings certainty. And actually, just talking to you now, I couldn't have chosen better words than this.
Thank you. Yes.
And I have. I know that your time is important, and you have probably another.
Yes.
Another live event after me, so I'll have another question.
Go for it.
Yeah, before I ask this question, I'm going to tell you a short story. A few years ago, I was traveling in Europe, and in Paris, this man is going fast. He's not staying in the queue. He wants to get checked, and probably he was late or he wanted to catch the flight, and he passed everybody. When he went to the checkpoint, and this beautiful lady, she said, "Look, sir, you have to go back." And you screaming, blah, 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 blah. I was lucky because I was there and I can hear it. I was close. And this man totally lost it. Whatever problems he had, totally he lost it. He goes, "Do you know who I am?" And then this young lady, she called the operator and said, "I need your help. I have a man here and he doesn't know who is he." So, out there, somebody tells you, you are living God, you are dead God, you are temple, you are going to heaven, you are this. And really, man hasn't figured out who is he. And I know that you have a free and powerful webinar this Sunday on Lost Sutras. And it has to do with the question I asked. Can you shed some light, please?
Yeah. So yoga is actually a piece of knowledge, a very powerful piece of knowledge that was supposed to release the spirit from the burden or from the draconian burden of the physical universe. Because the spirit is actually in a jail that's called the physical universe, okay? And the Yoga Sutras was the blueprint on how to do that. Over the years, those Yoga Sutras has been moved from one person to another, and they were not written initially, and then they've been written, and then when they moved from one person to another, things has changed in what was written. And today, no one can find the original writing. So what you have a version of the original that changed over thousands of years. So when you take the Yoga Sutras today and you read them, you don't get a blueprint to nowhere, maybe a blueprint to hell, but not to not to freedom.
Freedom.
Yes, and I have a friend that came to me and told that she's doing yoga for many years. She's a very famous teacher, and she came to me and she's my student, and she came to me and she said, "Meir, what's this Yoga Sutras? How? Well, explain them to me." And I said, I can explain them to you, but it will not help because that will be my viewpoint, and it didn't bring very good results so far when many people give their viewpoint. Why don't I show you how to rediscover them? And she said, what? I said, yeah. And she said, but how will I rediscover them? I said, look, if it's the blueprint of this universe and you build the universe, you should know it, no? Absolutely. So she said, wow, that sounds amazing. And I came up with a way to get any person to recover any piece of knowledge. And in the Yoga Sutras webinars that I'm doing, what I do, I don't actually teach the Yoga Sutras or yoga. I know it's called yoga, but I don't teach yoga or Yoga Sutras. Don't expect to do fancy poses. Don't expect for me to teach you about yoga. What I'm actually doing is something different. What I'm actually doing, I'm teaching you how to look. And then you will construct the truth, and that truth can be called, you can call it Yoga Sutras, Yoga Chuka, Yoga Puka, I don't care. It will be your truth of what's the construct of this universe and how can you use it to help others and to help yourself to create a game that you can enjoy.
Amazing.
Really the purpose. The purpose is not yoga. I'm not connected to yoga. I have nothing.
I know. I attended two of the previous webinars, and really powerful. And not what you just explained, but in those free webinars, and I call it very powerful. You go to so many areas which people have problems, and it's mind blowing. One free webinar can change your viewpoint on life. It's amazing.
Yeah. Those free webinars are very powerful, and they're just a setup because I'm going to you come to this webinar, and I'm going to sell you eventually a whole course of 300 hours, where I will teach you how to discover the Yoga Sutras or the truth. I'm calling them the Yoga Sutras just because this is a kind of people know them, but actually you'll discover the blueprint for this universe. And you will discover them. I will not teach you. And it is a course of 300 hours. It's 3 parts course, 300 hours. It's a massive course because you've been stupidified for many years. What do I mean stupidified? Is you are not able to see the truth. If you could see the truth, your result will match your potential. But your potential is order of magnitude higher than result. So first of all, you need to know that you don't know the truth. Really, probably the first major thing you need to know is that you don't know the truth. Once you realize that, you will start to be able to look. And I'll give you the tools to find the truth, not your truth, the truth.
Okay.
And once you find it, the most amazing thing happening, the truth actually will set you free, but it will do one more very important thing. It will make you rich too.
I like that.
Truth. Yeah. The truth will set you free, but it will also make you rich. It's a totally free webinars, free but not easy, and it's every Sunday at 3 p.m. And you can register by going to www.meirezra.com/yoga. If you're on Facebook, you can see the link. If you are on Instagram, you can find the link in my bio. And if you are on YouTube, I will probably just go there and add the link, so it will be easy for you. But it's www.meirezra.com/yoga. And if you want to listen to the previous webinars, the other two that are already done, what you need to do is to go to meirezra.com/yoga replay, one word, yoga replay. Okay? And you can find the other two webinars. It's totally free. You just need to put in your name, phone number, credit card, bank account. No, I'm joking. Totally joking. You just need to put in your name and email, and you can register. And you can register and watch the videos and enjoy them. So, and you'll see it's very powerful. It's
Very powerful. Absolutely.
very, very powerful. It's not easy, but it's powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron, it was really nice talking to you.
Appreciate sharing your wisdom with us and with people watching us.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for the questions and for the chat. And thank you for everyone that's watching us on Instagram. Thank you for everyone that's watching us on Facebook. I see Avi Budara, hi, and Ari, and Eva, and Raymond, hi Raymond, and Adi, and Denisi, wow.
Oh, he's my nephew.
So happy to see you. I didn't see you for a while. I saw Raymond, but I didn't see you, so nice. And Eva, nice, very good to see you. Eva, it's getting late, no?
In German.
In Germany, I think it's midnight, no?
Yeah.
So
great.
Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. And I will see you soon. Within a few minutes, I'll have another interview. Yeah. So every day, 10 p.m. South Africa time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm doing this Facebook Live. So, hey, Ali, just join. So please join and enjoy. The next one is within probably 5 or 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Enjoy, bye.
Cheers.